Listen, you've been lied to. Your whole life you've been fed dirty, stinking lies about women. They told you that the way to a woman's heart is to be yourself, to be a gentleman, to shower her with flowers, gifts, and dinners, and to always be there for her, to lend an understanding ear, to be her shoulder to cry on. And where has all that gotten you? You get ghosted, rejected, friend-zoned, laughed at, shamed, humiliated. And meanwhile, the pricks who treat women like dirt have them hooked like addicts. Frustrating, I know. But here's the thing, no one else will tell you. Women don't care about your logic. They don't give a shit about your kindness, generosity, or how much you care about her. As you'll learn, women are 100% emotional and nothing else. Unlike men, they operate in a completely different dimension, one ruled by chaos, feelings, hunches, and intuition. If you want to get a woman to want you, obsess over you, and even surrender to you, you've got to tune into their emotional frequency. You can't talk to and reason with a woman like you'd treat a man. In particular, you must learn how to speak directly to her subconscious mind. This is where mind control comes in. Now, before you freak out, I'm not talking about some Hollywood hypnosis nonsense. I'm talking about psychological mastery, or the art of using emotional influence to shape her thoughts by exploiting her feelings. And the best part is that it's not only effective, but also shockingly easy. All you need to know are the secrets from Shogun Method I'm going to share with you today in this video. But before we dive deep into what Shogun Method is, let's address the problem head-on. Why do you think women are not responding to you the way you want? Maybe you've been doing it all wrong. You've probably tried to win her over by doing favors for her. Or maybe you thought by buying her flowers and chocolates, you'll get to bang her. You thought bribing her with shit will get you a pussy. You've tried to impress her with your achievements. You've tried to amuse her and make her laugh. You've tried to show her how different you are from other men. If you do all those things for her, she will eventually love you, or so you thought. I'll do you a favor and rip off the Band-Aid. The truth is, women despise men like that. Nice guys who think they can logic their way into a woman's heart are like door-to-door salesmen. But things just don't work like that. Shoguns understand that women aren't attracted to logic or reason. Women are driven by raw, unfiltered emotions, almost like an animal. They are overwhelmed by intense feelings they don't even fully understand themselves. So, if you're stuck playing by the rules of logic, you'll always lose to another guy who knows how to push her emotional hot buttons. Trying to win with logic with a woman is like bringing a stick to a gunfight. It's weak, pathetic, and ultimately stupid. Take it from me. To win with a woman, you must learn how to push a woman's emotional hot buttons. And here's the secret weapon to do that. Mind control. Not manipulation, not coercion. Mind control. I'm talking about emotional influence so powerful that it makes her attraction toward you unstoppable, or even animalistic. It's about exploiting a woman's emotions by tapping into her subconscious. That's what mind control is all about. Now look, mind control isn't some pickup artist or relationship guru gimmick. It's pure, unadulterated psychology backed by 100% hardcore science. Psychologists tell us that women's emotions govern their decisions, and in turn, their subconscious mind governs their emotions. So, by bypassing her conscious mind and speaking directly to her subconscious, you can trigger feelings of obsession, desire, and even submission to you. This is exactly what Shogun Method teaches you to do. With mind control techniques like fractionation, subconscious anchoring, and the infamous Black Rose sequence, you'll learn how to take control of her emotional state and bind her to you in ways she can't even explain. I won't get into those techniques here out of respect for my brother Shoguns, who want them protected inside shogunmethod.net. What I can share with you is a framework on how to use mind control on a woman in 3 steps. In Shogun Method, we call these the 3 pillars of mind control, and that's what you're going to learn next. The first pillar is understanding her emotional blueprint. This step is all about understanding what makes a woman tick. Every woman has an emotional blueprint, or a unique set of triggers, fears, and desires. Mind control starts with knowing how a woman emotes and how her behaviors are controlled by her emotions. And the kicker is this: most of these emotions are rooted in chaos. As a result, the female psyche is wired to crave emotional highs and lows. This is why they love drama, romantic tragedies, and even toxic relationships, where they get treated like crap by their boyfriends or husbands. Your job is to figure out her emotional triggers and use them to your advantage by exploiting them later. To understand a woman's emotional blueprint, we use the LSM method in a series of 3 steps: L, S, and M. L is for listening. Pay attention when she talks about her past relationships. This will provide a wealth of clues that point to her emotional and sexual vulnerabilities. S is for spotting patterns. Notice what makes her angry, excited, happy, or sad. This aids your fractionation storytelling, which we'll cover later. Even better, pause this video and sign up for the Shogun Method online masterclass at fractionation.org. It's free today. M is for mapping. Once you've collected her experiences and emotional patterns, you'll map them into a fractionation story. With enough practice, you'll learn how to blueprint a woman's emotions like a pro. All you need are the 3 steps: L, S, and M. In time, you'll know a woman deeper than she knows herself, and that's immensely powerful. The second pillar of mind control is to create emotional addiction. Here's where things get intense, so buckle up. Once you've blueprinted a woman's emotions, you're going to learn how to make a woman emotionally addicted to you, and you do this with fractionation. This technique is the cornerstone of Shogun Method, and for good reason. A simple way to think of fractionation is to see it as an emotional seesaw. You take her up to a high, joy, excitement, laughter, and then plunge her down into a low, fear, sadness, uncertainty. Remember how women's subconscious mind is addicted to emotional highs and lows. Fractionation gives her an emotional roller coaster designed to keep her emotionally hooked on you. So, here's a simple example of how to fractionate a woman. Start with a playful story or joke to make her laugh. Then, switch into something deep and vulnerable by sharing a personal struggle or a dramatic event. After that, bring her back up by reassuring her or adding a hopeful twist to the story. Fractionation is like emotional crack for women. She'll start associating you with the intense feelings she craves, and when you're her only source of drama in her life, she's unable to quit you. And the best thing is this: once you master fractionation, she won't even realize what you're doing until it's too late. It's sneaky, but it works. The third pillar of mind control is what we call the anchor. It's about locking those intense feelings in place and putting them under your thumb so you can trigger them anytime you want. Shogun Method style subconscious anchoring immensely powerful when done right. Okay, let's start by defining what an anchor is. An anchor is something that triggers a specific emotional response in a woman's psyche. It can be a word, touch, or gesture, and when created, anchors forge a connection between you and her strongest emotions. It's like having a certain emotion inside her on tap. Here's how you place an anchor on a woman. Let's say you're running the fractionation routine on her. During an intense moment, lightly touch her arm. Or say a specific phrase when she's laughing or feeling excited. Repeat these consistently, and soon you'll tie those feelings to you. Whenever you want her to re-experience those emotions, fire those anchors by touching her arm or saying that phrase. The truth is, we all have anchors placed on us, not only women. For example, certain smells or songs may remind us of people from our past. A girl may have lost her virginity to a Slayer song, and every time the riff from Raining Blood comes on, she gets tingly all over again. It's the same psychological principle, and you can use it as part of mind control. Okay, now that we've covered the 3 pillars of mind control, let me address the elephant in the room. Is mind control manipulative? Can Shogun Method be used to exploit women? It seems unfair that men have this advantage and women don't. Sure, some might say that, and the truth is, they're not wrong. But here's the reality. Women already use manipulative tactics on men. I mean, look, every time she wears makeup, pushes her cleavage up, or drops hints to get what she wants, what is she doing? She's influencing you into giving her attention. And society applauds her for it. The difference is, you're learning how to influence her emotions responsibly and ethically. Shogun Method isn't about tricking women. It's about understanding the female psyche deeply and creating a genuine emotional bond that lasts. So, here's the thing I want you to understand. The power is 100% in your hands. How you use Shogun Method is up to you. I'm not here to pass moral judgments on anyone. Still, if you decide to jump into the rabbit hole, I've got to set your expectations right. You won't master these techniques overnight. The Shogun Method knowledge universe is vast, but with practice and persistence, you'll get it all under your belt quickly. Start with small steps with the 3 pillars of mind control I've shared you today. And to recap, here's what they are. First, practice identifying emotional triggers in everyday conversations. Learn to blueprint a woman's emotions. Second, use fractionation sparingly and refine your ability to alternate emotions. And third, experiment with subconscious anchors and observe how she reacts. And remember, this is just the beginning. Shogun Method techniques like implanted commands and the Black Rose sequence will take you to the next level. The ultimate goal is to become a man with a strong masculine frame, a man who doesn't chase women, but draws them into his orbit naturally. To summarize, here's what you need to take away from me today. First, you've been lied to your entire life about women. They told you to be nice, to shower her with attention, to play the white knight. 100% lies. Women don't want a man who follows rules. They want a man who breaks rules. They crave a man who can navigate their chaotic emotions and make them feel alive, addicted, obsessed, and deeply connected to their inner being. And that's what mind control is all about. It's not about tricks or manipulation. It's about mastering the emotional aspect of seduction that women understand but can't articulate. Now you've had a taste of how this works. It's time for you to learn the full blueprint, and it's waiting for you in the Shogun Method online masterclass at fractionation.org. Shogun Method isn't for everyone. If you're fine being stuck in the same cycle of rejection, frustration, and failure, then it's definitely not for you. But if you're ready to transform yourself into a man who understands and controls the emotional forces at play, then it's time to take action. Here's your next move. Go to fractionation.org right now. Inside the Shogun Method online masterclass, you'll learn the fractionation technique, the very method that turns a woman's rejection into desire. You'll master advanced Shogun Method techniques like subconscious anchoring and implanted commands to create emotional connections so deep that she'll be hooked on you for life. It's time to stop playing by a woman's rules and start playing by your own. You will rule by emotional chaos because that's how you gain control and authority over women. Go to thefractionation.org and see for yourself why Shogun Method is the most controversial and powerful system ever created for men who want control over their sexual relationships. Your transformation begins here. Come to fractionation.org and sign up. We'll welcome you like a long-lost Shogun brother.